Hello, lovely. Welcome to Yoga Bliss with Shelly, and I'm Shelly. I wanted to share with you about one of my heart missions, which is inner healing work, and what that means and how it can help us with our emotions, our feelings, our thoughts, and helping us just be an all around better, more grounded, more centered, more loving, more compassionate, more kind, more productive, and confident woman in this world. So join me with an open heart and an open mind. I love you. Hello, lovely. What is inner healing and how can it help us in our life? Healing is whatever it means to you, whatever you believe. Some of us believe that healing is, right? We have a cut, we put a Band-Aid on it, and a few days later it starts healing. Like our body has this innate, primordial, natural way of healing itself. And all it takes is really nothing. It's just is. And inner healing is this work that we can do deep, deep, deep into our emotional state. I am a yoga teacher, and I also do a lot of energetic healing. I'm a Reiki master, but I like to incorporate a lot of intuitive healing into the work that I do. And a lot of us trap these emotions within ourselves. Like, think of when you were a little girl and you were so playful and digging in the sandbox and carefree. I used to love to lick sand, and even still as an adult, my inner child's like, I love that. It just brings me back to being a little girl, like gritting that sand between my teeth and feeling that connection to the earth. I love it. I love playing in sand. And that our healing happens when we allow ourselves to tap kind of into the pain of what happened maybe when we were younger, when an adult said something, when they made us feel like we weren't good enough, we weren't worthy enough, we weren't smart enough, we weren't whatever it is. Our bottom line, a lot of us we live in, is that affects our everyday lives, is that we don't feel worthy, we don't feel deserving of love, we don't feel like we matter enough, and we don't feel connected to the people around us, all because of these traumas. Say when we were playing in that sandbox, if someone came over and started laughing and pointing, saying, ew, you're so disgusting, gross, and then you would get that yucky vibe of, what's wrong with me? And to me, there's nothing wrong with that. That was just a little girl being carefree in the sandbox, but then she had all of this trauma. So healing, this inner healing journey, can be done in so many different ways. And that's why I'm here in this space sharing this with you, is that when we can tap into ourselves, that, and knowing that you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to buy anything else, that you have all of the tools and the emotions within you to help you do the inner healing work that you need to do. And when we can kind of start noticing our triggers in our relationships, that those are the things that we need to heal the most. And I definitely think of the people closest to us are those relationships and those feelings that trigger that I'm not good enough, or, oh, there's something wrong with me. And there's different practices that we can do, like practicing self-love. Self-love, I know it can be one of those subjects that people think of, what the heck? I can't love myself, or that's so selfish. Why would you ever love yourself? Self-love is tapping into your spirit, to your light, to that love that resides within you, and giving yourself permission to be a full expression, to be your full authentic self without the fear of judgment, without that fear of knowing that or feeling that I'm not worthy. And when we can tap into things like loving ourselves, and it can be as simple as putting a hand on your heart or hugging yourself and saying, I love you. I love you, Shelly. Or put your name in and try it with me, because guess what? When you hug yourself, it simulates oxytocin. That's that love hormone. It's that touch hormone that doesn't know the difference between me or you giving ourselves a hug. And something as simple as that. And another beautiful practice that I would love to share with you that can help beginning inner healing is self-compassion. And if you notice in those relationships, and when the relationships that you are in your life, like your if you have children, your children, or if you have a partner or a spouse, or maybe you're not in a relationship, and you can think of past relationships or your parents, or I think of a little child who's starving on the side of the street. We would do anything to go help that child, to sweep them up, to hold them, to feed them. That's that compassion piece within you. It's the compassion that you give to everyone else. So inner healing can start taking place when we mirror that compassion to ourselves. So when we're struggling, like if we're struggling in our relationships, like recently I've been really having this yucky energy and tension with my husband. It's like off and on, and it keeps coming in waves. And we've been married for 19 and a half years. So as you can imagine, being with the same person for half of my life, we have lots of triggers. We can be the nicest, the kindest, and we can also be the ugliest, meanest person to each other. And it goes both ways. And that when my husband's struggling, I will give him so much compassion, or mostly my kids even more so, because sometimes my husband, I can shut that off. Notice that? So we shut that off within ourselves too. But my kids, oh my gosh, I give them so much compassion. So when we can mirror that and noticing that, oh my gosh, I'm struggling, and maybe you can take an awareness scan in your body and notice, oh my gosh, where am I feeling this physical manifestation, this physical pain? In my head, sometimes eyes, in my throat, my heart, my belly. Is it sweaty palms? I know for me, my husband and I got into a big blowout this last weekend, and I got this crazy limping knee pain that lasted for about 3 days. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, I tore my ACL, something's happening. And I knew it was this emotional manifestation that manifested in my knee. It was like emotional that turned energetic, that came into the body. And I do a lot of teaching based on Louise Hay, this beautiful woman who wrote You Can Heal Your Life. And she also has many other books and a lot of work. And so I really do believe that a lot of our ailments are physical manifestations from what we're thinking and what we're feeling. And they can all be healed with the power of self-love, with the power of self-compassion. And then I wanted to say the third key of inner healing is forgiveness, which can be really tricky. It can be a challenge, but it's definitely doable. I know that, as I will raise my hand, I used to be a huge self-sabotager, and I still have moments. And think of everyday life. There's always things that we're doing that we are not proud of. I know as a mom, my kids are now 13, 11, and my youngest just turned 9. Oh my gosh, I can't believe he's 9. That being a mom and trying to navigate this new teenage attitude for me can be really hard. And it's like all of these triggers. And so I know that I'll say things that I don't really mean, but in the moment, my ego is leashing out. So every day I do a practice where I ask myself for forgiveness. And I incorporate all 3 of these steps in that I was just sharing with you. And it can be a practice as simple as putting a hand on your heart or wherever you're feeling that pain, right, after you brought that love and that compassion in, and then incorporating forgiveness. And forgiveness, my beauty, it doesn't mean that you're discounting anything that happened. It doesn't mean that you're justifying what someone did. It doesn't make it okay. Healing or forgiveness is this inner healing for you. And with this third piece, it's the most powerful piece. Forgiveness is this emotional healing, deep, 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 deep down for our inner healing. It's a spiritual healing that I promise you, when you start accessing and allowing forgiveness within yourself, it will change everything for you. It is the craziest and most powerful practice that has taken me the past 9 years to figure out. And now that it's like this magic key of inner healing that I want to share with you. So I just really encourage you that when you are struggling, that when you are having those hard times, or you are feeling a lot of worries, a lot of doubts, a lot of fears, that you can choose, that you can shift your focus, because what you focus on grows. Where your attention goes, energy flows. Same thing, where your focus goes, energy grows. So what do you want to grow? Do you want to continue growing the anxiety, the fear, the worry, the doubt, the yucky feelings? Or is it time to make a shift? I know you're here for a reason. And I know because I've been there and I still have my struggles. And with this powerful practice of self-love, of compassion, and forgiveness, that we can tap into these deeper emotional and energetic states that will help expand our healing. So I'm going to share with you in this next video how you can actually incorporate this practice. And it's going to be a quicker practice. It's only going to take like 5 minutes. And I will share with you that you can do this practice anywhere, anytime. And I will share more with you on this next video. So I'm so grateful for you and just allowing yourself to be open to what inner healing is and how you can create inner healing within yourself. I love you. I'm so grateful for you.